Hey guys, Bink here with Bink's Corvairs Addiction. I am a first-time learner on how to work on Corvairs. Not a first-time Corvair owner. I started picking up 2.5 years ago, and I just have time now to actually start wrenching and working on 'em and learning what I'm doing. I'm learning as I'm going, asking questions, a lot of questions on the groups. Over the last 2+ years, I've joined a bunch of groups, and I read what people post, and a lot of people ask questions, and then I go through and I read what people say, and if I gather good information from that, I print off what the ad that they posted and people's comments, and Jill prints them off on the computer, and I throw them in a binder just for reference, and to look back on, like say spark plugs. Everybody has their kind of like Champion, NGK, whatever. That's fine, and or what's the gap in that? So I just kind of save it. Some people post, well, just look in a book, it tells you everything. Well, what does it hurt to ask questions? It's easy, and there's not everything, not 100% everything's in the book. But so a while back, I was looking for some outer axle bearings. I thought, well, it's good to have an extra set. Gary told me, maybe you should, have an extra set on the shelf. When you need them, you're not going to find them. So, and they're like unicorns. You can't special bearings. They're not around. It seems to be. And so, I had actually after that, I came across a bunch of axles for sale. So, I picked up 7 FC axles and some car axles. And I seen the other, and they were shorter, and the bearings were different on the other ones. And I did see a post. Someone said they had some FC bearings, and they said, there might be green bearings that don't swivel correctly. Don't buy them, don't use them. So I wasn't sure exactly what I all had. I knew the ones were FCs, and I actually didn't know that the axles in a early model are like just kind of like a FC. They're just 1.5 inches shorter. And actually, the bearing's a little different. So I was like, I haven't worked on an early model. I got the 66, and I seen they got the little short axles in there, the thick ones. But like I says, I'm learning the terminology for this, and what the correct, what everything parts are correctly called. So I had posted. I said, hey, I posted on a group. I says, I picked these up, and what's the difference? What are these for, or something? I asked, and I said I was looking for I had posted earlier, maybe a week earlier. I was looking for bearings, and someone commented, if you got to ask what the difference is between these and them you're in way over your head, and I've seen previous posts that you're looking for bearings, and that he goes, have someone do it for you, and don't attempt to do it yourself and all that stuff, but. I'm learning, and that's how you got to do. You got to, ask questions and read what you can, I guess, from the books. And the groups have been awesome. Everybody out there, really, really put some good input in, and I save that when somebody sends that to me. A lot of it I print off, and just to have, it's a good, easy reference. And so, like I says, if I don't get the right names of things, I'm learning as I go, and I am enjoying it. I am having fun doing it. And if there's like some better tool or something, go ahead and post it to me, or anything like that. I'm really doing this for someone like myself. Say a young guy buys a Corvair, and they don't have a lot of money. They're just trying to make a project out of it, and for me. Posting some videos, maybe hopefully to help somebody else out that wants to get their hands dirty and fix it. Whether they can or not, I was young, tore things apart, never quite got it all fixed back together like it should be, ended up selling it, whatever. But, hopefully this will help somebody, new or young to it, out there that's working on Corvairs. Yeah, like I said, I'm having fun doing it. I'm enjoying it. It's good. It's a good thing, and we'll get this information out there to everybody. And I hope you're kind of enjoying the videos. Now I'm really starting to get working on them. Posted a bunch of stuff just to get caught up around here of videos of picking up Corvairs and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of looking for the differential bearings for that 61. I'm kind of having problems with that, and O'Reilly's couldn't help me, and then Gary, he said he gave me the numbers from O'Reilly to get them, and he said I'll make sure they're not made in China. We don't want them. The chrome peels off of them eventually, and they go to heck. That's what he told me. Is it correct? Is it not? I don't know. But so I went back to Clark's and looked at their bearings, and if you actually look on the bearing they have on the picture, it says China on it. So I don't know. I'm going to try to go to a bearing place here in Phoenix, and the bearings that were in there were Hyatt bearings. And someone said I'll try to get Timkins. You know, I'm learning. I'm trying to figure it out. I just want to put a good bearing in there. It costs a little more. It costs a little more, I guess. But Gary, he's the older guy I kind of met, and the Cactus Corvair group kind of suggested, talk to Gary, and he's late 70s, and great guy. He's been helping me out, teaching me, very patient. He shows like throttle linkage. He goes, okay, see this one, look at it. See this one, you see the difference? And I'm looking at it, and he said, this here, it's got the curved bar with the slot in it. That's for 140s, and this is not. And he's just explaining things to me, and it's great. It took me a few times to get it. And he showed me the difference between the carburetors, what the primary and secondary is, and the hole inside, and how it dumps more fuel. And he's explaining everything. It's very great for me. Really helps me out, and then I can hopefully help pass that knowledge to somebody else. He's very excited to do the videos and get the knowledge out there. He started working on Corvairs in 1973, he told me. He said he was working at a dealership, and they had him back in the corner, and he was working on some Corvairs, and they sent him to school. And he said his dealership was the only one that worked on Corvairs, and all the other dealerships for miles around would send all the Corvairs over to Gary to work at that dealership. So he's very knowledgeable, very, very nice guy, So I had learned how to dismantle the differential over there and in his place. I prefer a workbench, and I'm kind of OCD. Everything's got to be, nice and neat and stuff. But hey, it is what it is, That's how he works. He knows he can find the stuff. Hey, buds. And he's been teaching me good. So now the pinion and ring gear. See, I know that now. The ring's big, pinion's a small one. He said they were worn, had some pitting and stuff on it. He suggested get a new set, find a different set. See, Clark's doesn't sell them. I was looking around on eBay, and I found a set of 355s is what I want to go with in it. And I want to be able to drive on the highway a little bit. And now that I learned this, counting the teeth, it was like 327 or different gear ratio on it, so it was listed as a 355, but it wasn't. It was incorrect. So, knowledge is good. So I went in my storage container out here, and that night, and I started looking on my hands and knees in the flashlight and cleaning up the early model differentials, and found one, looked up on the junkyard primer, looked it up, and it said it's supposed to have 355s in it. Whether they're in there, have been changed, or if they're worn out, So I took it here, and I dismantled it, and thanks to Gary, I guess I could have figured it out and tore it apart, but without his knowledge. But now it's so much easier. I know what I'm doing, so. Didn't have no problems, took it all apart. I got the gears out of there. And now I have, it looks like a decent set of 355. So I'll pass those videos on and somebody else can watch them and kind of learn off of it. And if I didn't miss anything, I'll kind of do a recap on it. And anybody has any questions, more than gladly to to answer what I can. I mean, kind of hard to ask someone who doesn't know much about Corvairs questions, but hey, any questions, any input, any help, I'll much appreciate it, and I'll go ahead and share what I can, and keep working on it. Like I said, having fun. We'll get this out of here, get this dropped out of here. I'm gonna run to Phoenix and see if I can get some bearings, and I got the seals and everything ordered from Clark's to do the differential, and then I'll be back at Gary's, and he'll show me how to put everything back together on it the correct way. Thanks for watching. Big Corvairs Addiction.